Hello everyone, Amanda here with Eclectic Scribbles. I'm back to you today with a brand new video. Today's video is a notebook review. I found this online when I was doing some shopping for some brush pens. It is by Miliko and it is an A5 soft cover dot grid notebook. So I'm going to open this bad boy up and we're gonna sort of see how it stacks up to some of the best. Alright, let's get this thing open. Okay, so as you can see, I just took the shrink wrap off of it, so this is definitely my first impressions of this book. Let me give you a little information based on what I see on Amazon, which is where I got it from. I will link it below, and what I am reading right here on the cover. It is a dot grid notebook. It is A5, which is the 8.27 by 5.67. It's 200 dot grid pages, expandable inner pocket, 180 degree lie flat opening, labeling sticker, ink proof, acid free paper. So we're going to put that to the test. According to Amazon, this should be 100 GSM high quality acid free paper, which makes an enjoyable writing experience. Okay. Alright, so this is a soft touch film cover with an elastic closure and bookmark ribbon. It's not bad on that, so it's kind of foamy. Alright, so because this is a soft cover, there are some indentions left behind from the elastic band enclosure. When it's closed, I don't foresee this being a real big issue, but if that is something that would bother you, that is handy to know. I'm going to pull this off right here, get the little information sheet off. You've got this cute little kitty cat on the cover who is playing with this ball of yarn, so when that opens up you could see the entire thing. Alright, so upon first glance, we've got we go straight in from the information page on the front to your dot grid pages, which are not numbered in any way, but they are coded, which was a big thing. So I was wondering if this was going to be coded or not, and they do feel that way. So you've got 100 GSM paper. It's coded. The dots are a light gray. This one is sort of faded down here. So let's sort of flip through and see if that seems to be a running thing. No, I don't see that issue anywhere else. That might have just been a little small defect in mine in this first page. Alright, here's our expendable pocket. Here's our labeling sticker and little card for the Miliko company. Miliko, New York. Miliko office supply. Let's see what else we got. And here's your little labeling stickers. Alright, so I'm going to put that back in there. Let's check our bookmark. Page marker is just a ribbon marker. Nice length, nothing special to it, but when are they ever really special? So that looks nice and secure there. If you break the spine in, this is going to lay flat, but you might have to give it a little bit. So once you've worked this in, it'll definitely lay flat, but it just needs a little love and a little break to the spine to do that. Alright, so you can go through and sort of break this in. The pages look pretty ivory, sort of creamy. Let's see how they stack up to the pages of Aloy's Turn. About the same color. The dots on this are bigger than the dots on this one. I don't think that they're anything too obtrusive, but that is something to note. So they're a little duller and a little bigger, whereas these are a little brighter and definitely smaller. The page color here looks very, very similar. All right, and then we have Scribbles That Matter. So the pages here are a little whiter. These are definitely darker dots than these, definitely brighter and darker. So these are a little bit more in your face up against the whiter paper. And these are just a little duller, but still not bad at all. So definitely comparable to both of these. The difference being that these are hardcover journals and that the pages are numbered. Other than that, there is not a whole lot of difference. You don't have any index pages or anything like that. And in the back, you just go straight into this back page, and then there you go. But the detail is in the pen test. So I'm going to run several popular pens across this and see how the actual paper stands up. Alright, so here we have a very, very quick pen test. We've got some Tombow, Staedtler, Tombow Monodrama pen, Sakura Micron, Kelly Creates pen, Tombow Twin Tone, Staedtler Fine Liner, and I've done a smudge test. Then we've got some real brush pen watercolors, so down here with a little bit of layering, and we're going to turn this over and see what kind of bleed through, if any, we have on this paper. Alright, so the pens are holding up fine. Nothing is bleeding through. Everything's sitting on top of the paper as it should. You've got your very, very little bit of shadowing, but no real ghosting or anything like that. And then the watercolor sort of acted as you would expect. So with one quick coat, no real bleed through up here. None in the little stem area here, only where I went over with the second color pretty quickly before anything really dried too good does it start to bleed through. But that's really not going to be anything that you don't see in the other stuff. Maybe the Scribbles That Matter holds up a little bit better to the bleed through, but the paper didn't buckle at all, so that's a good thing. So you're going to have to just be careful with this if you want to use something like watercolor in it. Alright, so that being said, everything held up really well. The smudge test, if you lay color down and smudge it right away, then it will run a little bit, but once it's down and it's not going anywhere. Grab a water brush here real quick and see if we can't spread some color out on the page and see what we get there. So see, really light amounts of water are not going to bleed it through, which is a good piece of information to have. So all in all, this is not a bad notebook. Not a bad notebook at all. This actually tops a lot of the notebooks that I have tested out recently, and we all know that I love my Scribbles That Matter. Alright, let's try one more thing. I want to look at the actual A5 size. It is just a smidge taller than the Leuchtturm. I'm going to grab one of my Scribbles That Matters here, right, that's not in a case. Alright, so side by side, it is just the tiniest bit, there's my hair, it is the tiniest bit taller than both of these books. It is exactly the same width though, So it is an A5 size. It is really nice. I am really, really happy with the quality of this paper. Let's sort of go back and see if anything bled over with that still being a little bit wet. No, and the paper still feels fine. So with that little bit of water, the paper did not buckle at all, which is really, really nice. This is good paper. Pros. The color of the paper, the color of the dots is really nice. It's got a bookmark. Most journals have two. Well, a lot of them have one. So if you need to, I rarely use them, so it's not something that would bother me. It's got the pocket in the back. The paper is really nice quality. It's coated, unlike some of the cheaper alternative notebooks, so that's really, really nice. The paper is pretty much the same quality as that you would find in a Scribbles That Matter, and it's got about the same color tone to it that you would find in a Leuchtturm, so definitely comparable to both. Cons: it is a soft cover, so if that's something that bothers you, be aware of that. This is not a hardcover notebook. And while it will lay flat eventually when you break the spine in, I find that I was really, really conscious of the fact that I had to hold this in place while I was trying to scribble these words out real quick. That's just something that you would just have to get used to. And it's not that big a deal, but you can see that the notebook will lay flat if you want it to. And with a little bit of love and a little bit of work, it will definitely lay flat. So that is worth noting as well. Otherwise, the pages aren't numbered, which is not an overly big deal for me either, because there's no index. You would just add your own index and number as you go, something like that. You could color code little tabs to fix that problem. It's not a big issue. But this is a very, very nice quality notebook. I am really happy with it, and I am not mad at all about the actual quality of the paper and everything inside. This is something that I could definitely see myself using. If you're curious, I got this for $11.68, so a significant savings over a regular A5 notebook like the Scribbles That Matter or the Leuchtturm, which both run around $20. So this is almost $10 cheaper than both. And you get the free Prime shipping if you are a Prime member. I will link it down in the description box below. All in all, I'm going to have to give this notebook a thumbs up, because a lot of the ones that I've found for this type of price do not have the coated paper, are not 100 GSM. This does have 100 pages in it, by the way, or 100 sheets, which gives you 200 pages. So that's a nice number of pages as well. Some of the less expensive books don't always have a higher number of pages in it. So definitely worth checking out. I will link it below. I will see you here again next time. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up if you found it at all helpful. Until next time, happy journaling, everyone. Goodbye.